Hello, my dear Cancer. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of January 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into Capricorn season, so happy birthday all Capricorns, and also Merry Christmas to you all, and happy holidays for all of you celebrating something else, and also a happy new year for those of you that have a new year. There's so different calendars and religions all over the world, and everyone is welcome on this channel. So I read for the signs in the order of most liked videos, and you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. Thank you all for liking, watching, commenting, donating, and subscribing to my channel. I am so grateful for all of your appreciation. Sincerely. Okay. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And the reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And for this reading, I will use Crystal Tarot by Elisabetta Trevisan, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Cancer, this is your... No. Here is... your cards. Okay, Six of Swords together with Two of Cups. Very beautiful. So it seems like someone wants to confess their love. Okay, it's very harmonious, but with the Six of Swords there's a little bit of fragility is what I'm feeling, like someone being really vulnerable. So it might be you, of course, wants to that have this sweet love for someone, but maybe you feel too vulnerable. Maybe you feel like it wouldn't be welcomed in some way because of, I feel, this very strict vulnerability. We can see also the crab here. So, okay. I think someone wants to tell you something, but maybe they're too shy to say. Okay. So, I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Nine of Wands together with the Six of Swords. So yes, the Nine of Wands is when we have been through so much, we have battled through so much, and we have started to become wounded. So it's almost our wound defending us to not get wounded again. So we act wounded and a little bit bitter and shy and keeping ourselves away from people because we feel so skinless and we don't want to be wounded again. So it's a kind of a little bit bitterness with Nine of Wands card. It's someone that has been challenged over and over and over and over again, and they kind of don't want to serve their heart on a silver platter once more. Okay. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have the Tower together with the Nine of Wands. So it seems like this whatever barrier has been here, like the wound has been keeping you away from other people, or there's someone in your surrounding maybe that has their wall up high, maybe acting like they don't care when they really do. And here with the Tower, this wall here is going to come tumbling down. So we need to have boundaries. Okay, we need to not be hurt over and over again. If someone fools you once, twice, a third time, fine, but then you need to kind of learn and, you know, not go there anymore. But with the Nine of Wands, it has an element of people becoming wounded and therefore also wounding other people. For example, if you once have been heartbroken, you will act like every other partner is a potential heartbreaker, and you will deal with that person in that kind of way, very unfairly, since they haven't really broken your heart, and they might feel very unloved because of this, or you might feel very unloved dealing with a person that have this kind of wound, and don't want to take the guard down and don't want to trust you. And therefore maybe hiding their love, hiding what they really feel, hiding how they really feel about you. But here with the Tower, this old thing needs to come crumbling down. I'm hearing a song here. It's very hard to grasp. It's something kind of crumbling down. Ha 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 ha. Very hard. I will write that down, so we'll see if I find it, and if I do, I will put it in the description box for you. Okay, so hopefully I will remember that. So, okay, I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Cancer viewers. So I want my dear Cancer to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so now it's shuffled, and now I will tune in for a few seconds here to you, Cancer, and the energy of the month of January for a few seconds here. Okay, so my dear Cancer, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is your past. In the past, we have a Knight of Swords, so that might be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, or any kind of person with this kind of personality trait. Knight of Swords, it's kind of a soldier, but fighting for truth and justice. But sometimes they can't, they are not really educated in what truth and justice really means, and therefore they can be easily led astray on a campaign for justice that's going south. We can see this with different kind of societies. Nazi Germany, for example, those people thought they were fighting for the truth and justice and peace for man, but it was really destructive. And it's the same with Russia and the communism. The same thing there. People was fighting for something, but it wasn't really like the best thing ever. And this is your now, and we have the 6 of Wands here. So 6 of Wands is victory, and together with a soldier, well, it seems like someone is on a victory tour. Okay, I don't know if this is good or bad just right now with associations which I'm getting, but the 6 of Wands is a very beautiful card, but it might be someone getting, like, wanting to get a lot of attention. It's like a little bit self-righteous is what I'm feeling. Someone wants to, it's like they are worthy just by breeding, and that's of course true. But in this case, I'm feeling like someone might be worthier, like more worthy than other people. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe you are debating with racists online or whatever is going on here. But it's someone that's a little bit full of themselves, we can say. Okay. So, and this is your future here. And we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is, in this case, I feel it might symbolize the patriarchy. We have the eagle here. I was talking about Nazi Germany. We also had a great empire called Rome that had this symbol. And we all know what kind of country has this symbol today. So the torch is being passed on to new rulers that have, like, ruling over the world, have the greatest impact at the world at a certain time, and it always comes with this eagle symbol or with a winged symbol. We can see this also in older, like really old cultures, like Syria, Assyria, and Babylon, Sumer, so on. Whenever there has been a kingdom with world, like a big impact on the world. I haven't seen this though in the Egyptian, but they had a different outlook. They didn't feel like one was above all others. There was a lot of gods there, and also animals were above humans. So it was almost a little bit of a shamanistic kind of civilization. So they didn't have the same expression, even though I think they have exchange with these different cultures, but it was somewhat different. But here comes this old rulership. I don't know why it's in your reading, Cancer, but maybe this is issues you are working with. Maybe you have memories from these kind of lies, and you are, making up the reckon, maybe putting closure to some kind of old situation. Maybe you are dealing with the echoes of this old patriarchy. Even today, it hasn't died. It hasn't really gone anywhere. It's just in a kind of transformation. But maybe you are dealing with rock solid, stubborn patriarchy in the shape and form, any kind of shape and form. Maybe there's a single person in your life that's very full of themselves, think they are entitled to rule and decide over everyone else, or maybe you are dealing with this as an idea, working with this kind of like looking at it in some way, I don't know. Or you're dealing with a very stubborn person here that has maybe feel very enlightened, like these cultures with the big ego, they have kind of gone to other culture and said, this is the way you should think. So this is the energy I'm feeling here. And I don't really know why, but we'll see. And here we have in your past here, the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles might indicate that the Knight of Swords is someone that's very close to home. Like it can be someone in your family, your partner. It might also be someone from where you kind of get your income, or some other kind of place of value. The Ten of Pentacles might be your place of work. It might be your home or your family or your committed, long-lasting marriage, for example. Okay, so it's a beautiful situation, some kind of riches which we have and can share with others. So I'm not getting really what this can be, but maybe this is what we are protecting with this kind of energy of the self-righteousness and the entitlement. We need to be strong maybe, and to protect ourselves against any outside enemy or any attacking energy or invading energy, so that we can take care of what we have at home. So maybe keeping strangers at bay, for example, to know that our children are safe, but that actually means we become a little bit like with the Nine of Wands is what I'm seeing here. Someone has something valuable, they want to protect it. Someone has something fragile, like their inside, and they want to protect it. So it doesn't have to be that you're dealing with fascists. Okay, it might be that you're dealing with a person that come out as a little bit hard and self-righteous because they feel they have something to protect. Okay, so that's how I can adjust this to a love reading. Okay, and then we have a Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles in this case, I feel it's like a belief that there's a lack, that there's not enough for everyone to go around. And it's also maybe some of you have been waiting for commitment from a person that might act a little bit self-righteous. Maybe they don't want to include you behind their barriers, the Nine of Wands, because they've maybe needs to keep you on an arm's length distance. So there might be problems with commitment. It might also be people at a place of work doesn't want you to get too much power. So it's like some kind of power struggle maybe going on as well. So they keep you at bay a little bit. They don't want you to have a rise of salary or enhance your career or getting more responsibility, something like that. So it's a little bit resistance. It might be someone has pointed you out as the enemy, but I don't think you are the enemy. I think you are someone, this is someone that's very close to you. Really, they should trust you, but probably they have trust issues, kind of what we saw in the beginning. There's really love there, but it's being distorted by this energy where someone wants to protect themselves and therefore become self-righteous, and also seeing everyone around them as the enemy, where there's really no enemies, just other people wants the same thing they do, like a home, roof over their head, and an income and love from their family, things like this. And here we have the Eight of Cups. So this is someone getting really tired of a situation. It feels like you're dealing with an energy that's very hard to persuade to see things your way, okay? They are self-righteous. So it doesn't matter if you prove loyalty and prove that you are worthy, or that you're smart enough, or you have the talents, or that you're a great fit for the relationship, for the job, whatever is going on here. It's like they don't care, and it might take a little bit toll on you. With the Eight of Cups here, it has put a mark on you. It's like you can't talk with this person. There's no talking to you. That's a Cher song that it has come through a lot lately. So Cher, no talking to you. So it might be like you're dealing with a person that have made up their mind, and even though you love them and you know that they love you, it's kind of it was here in the past or is now, depending on when this energy is hitting you. Some of you might watch in December, and then maybe this is going on right now, where you're getting sick and tired of someone that you simply can't get through to, okay, because they have put up these walls and defense mechanism and think that there's enemies in every corner. They need to be strong, they need to be superior, better than everyone else to succeed in life and to survive. So it's some kind of survival anxiety with this person. And here we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is, again, it's like the Ten of Pentacles, society, family, the place of work. So this is about the culture and the thing we kind of want to protect. We want to have a culture identity or a family identity. It makes us feel safe. It makes us feel like we have a tribe, like we have people backing up us. And we are the one that's included, and then there's people on the outside that's excluded. You can see this very clearly in some religions, where there are a few numbers of people that's included, and rest they will kind of go to hell. And these people that's included, they have this, they feel like they have things under control. They also have God on their side, so they are self-righteous and might be saying to you, telling you their rules, the rules that you should live by if you want to be one of the survival, the one that survives. In other case, you'll be damned to hell, or you will just die and disappear. I don't know, but so they feel like they have a parent backing them up, saying, I am right and you are wrong. And it doesn't really matter what you say to them, because they have made up their mind, and it's like a person holding on to a life raft with all their life, and it doesn't matter that there has come a boat, about to pick them up. They think that this is the way to survive, so they just keep on holding on, instead of realizing that okay, maybe I don't need this life raft anymore, and I can build a life on my own grown-up, mature self. Instead, we need to back ourselves up with religion and religious ideas, or belonging to a certain culture. I'm of that culture. I'm so proud. We are stronger than everyone else. We beat everyone else. In the past, we were like having the rulership over earth and things like this. I don't know, but this is what I'm getting from this energy. It's very hard when people are fighting for their survival, even though they don't need it anymore. Okay, I don't feel there's an immediate danger for anyone's life here, but yet they are acting like it's a matter of life and death. So it's like people being prepared for war when there has been peace for several hundred years. That kind of thing. People seeing enemies all around, being suspicious. It's almost like, airport control for terrorism. Okay, 5 of the Hierophant there. And it feels almost like I'm feeling, and here we have the 5 of Wands, that's war. So when I'm holding this card, it feels like I'm in the Cancer shoes here. I'm the Cancer. And I'm trying to deal with a person that is impossible to talk with. I know that they are kind of, hysterical, but I can't really make them change their mind. And I really want to connect with this person. Maybe it's my husband or wife, or it's a colleague or someone. For some of you, it might be someone you want to commit to, and you're waiting for commitment, but they are so occupied with fighting for their life that they can't really, get to a state of harmony where they can marry or get children and things like this. They need to, fight for the land or something like that. And this is what's going on here. So it's like you see a better way, but you are totally unable to make people see this other way because they are so caught up in their illusion of scarcity. Okay. 5 of Wands, 5, this is Taurus energy, and together with the 5 of Wands here, it's like battle between cultures. I'm getting these flashes of of the border between Mexico and the United States, where people are coming in masses. I don't see actually the people. I'm just seeing the reaction here that, oh, we can't have these people. We don't know where they have come from, even though you actually don't even hardly know your neighbor, but they are fine. You trust them kind of, but not these other people. Okay, so something going on here where someone is maybe using people's fear to make war sounds is the best I can do, because I don't know how to explain myself in English here. But warmongers, okay, it's like warmongers. If you are dealing with a person that is semi-hysterical and maybe think that there's threats everywhere, it's very hard to get them to focus maybe on your relationship or the thing you want to happen in the relationship that's, right here in the real world where the threat isn't that imminent. So I don't know how you can deal with this, but I understand that there can be a lot of love here, or it might be that there's a co-worker and you're really trying to work together with them, but you start to get really tired of this crap, to be honest. Okay, so that was in the past. Interesting. And here we have the Sun. So the Sun has come at this position also for other Gemini, for example. It's Leo actually, but we see the twins here, so it's also Gemini, and you have Gemini here. So some of you might be dealing with a Gemini. And we have the 10 of Pentacles above the head, and then the Sun card. So again, I'm feeling that the love is really there, and you really feel the urge to make someone see things your way or to enlighten them in some way. But it seems very hard. It's like every time you come with a candle, they blow it out and continue with their rambling about all these problems. So it's like you can't give them the solution that they would need because they are not able to really listen. But it's very sweet of you to hold this energy here. It's very unconditionally loving, but maybe you're a little bit exhausted, but you seem to have a lot of energy to go around, okay? And underneath the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Star card. So even if it feels like you're not getting anywhere, like with the Seven of Pentacles, you feel like you invested a lot of things in this and worked and worked and worked, and it's not getting you anywhere. With the Star card, it says it's fine. You don't have to fret. You don't have to worry. Things are going kind of fine, and accordingly with divine destiny, like what was supposed to happen. And we have here 7 planets surrounding the sun. So this, whatever is going on, it's going on within divine timing. So don't be stressed out. Don't feel like you are powerless, or that you can't make these people, this group of people, see things in a different light. You do the best you can, and you don't waste too much energy on this, like to take it personally or to be very upset because these people are going, it feels like they're going in the wrong direction. It's fine. Everything is divinely calculated, and in divine timing people will become enlightened. People need to go their own way. Some people take the straight road to the ocean, or we can say some drops of water just rush down the stream and end up in the ocean. So they are doing this quickly, and it's fun, and it's exhilarating, and they feel a part of God and everything. But some drops of water, they collect in a little pond somewhere, and they just stay there and do their little thing. So you don't have to worry if people are not enlightened quick enough. It's coming in the pace that you want them to. Okay, not maybe that you want them to, sorry, but in the way divine wants it to. And also it takes its time, because people need all the experience, or making all the mistakes, collecting all the data, collecting all the wisdom that they can possibly do. We are not here to just rush this through and be done with it. We are here to have a full life experience and make a lot of mistakes and have a lot of insights. So we need to take a lot of detours and, go lost and find ourselves again, and find ourselves lost again, and then be saved, and then save someone else. And this is how it is. It's not orderly, and it's not fast moving. It takes its time. It's like very ancient, this journey. And in the center we have Aries energy, and comes underneath the 8 of Cups. So this might be a side of Cancer which is a little bit less tolerant. It's still the fire here. This is Leo, this is Aries. Here you have Aquarius energy. So it's still very enlightened, and Queen of Wands is usually like very experienced. I've lived many lifetimes on earth. But with the 8 of Cups here above your head, if this is you, you are fed up with this. It's like, I'm not going to fight for this anymore. And maybe this is exactly what's needed in this point. For Cancer, maybe to focus on other, like themselves instead of other people. Maybe taking care of your own backyard and looking yourself in the mirror and dealing with the things that's closest to home, instead of trying to persuade someone else, your husband or the co-worker or a friend, of the way that you think that they need to see the world. Okay, let the divine deal with that crap. Okay, I'm still thinking with the 5 of Wands and the Sun card here that you need to tell the truth, but don't exhaust yourself. Don't go into petty arguments or situation to try to persuade people. You can tell them your viewpoint, but don't expect them to change their mind. And then 10 years later you can tell them the same viewpoint. You don't expect them to change their mind, and maybe 2 or 10 lifetimes from now they will say, I have got an epiphany, this is how it is. And you say, yeah, it was right on time. So don't be anxious. Things are going to happen in the way it's supposed to. So sometimes we just want people to change so we can have our personal happiness. It's hard to have personal happiness with someone that seems so upset or ready for going out to war. So maybe it feels like it's in your interest that things are rapidly moving on. But if you can't have it in that way, you need to accept it the way it is. And, you know, work on your own life, make your own life beautified. Okay, so, and here we have, of course, the devil underneath the Hierophant. So this is when people think they have found the solution, but the solution is actually, you know, just a way to avoid one's own shadow, one's own fears. So we decide to be stronger than everyone else, so we can't be hurt. But then all the hurt is inside instead. So what to do about that hurt? It's the religion that have kind of solved all the problems. But then the religion itself is causing a lot of problems because people are not seeing their own shadow because they are all good. I'm only good. I'm perfect. And they don't see how they spread hate around them and say, you will be condemned to hell and I will be the only one survive. So they don't see that. So there's some kind of shadow cooking underneath this. It's obvious. And we have a snake here. I don't see the snake's head. Maybe you can find it. I just see the tail here and it's kind of, yes, maybe this is the snake's head, the devil itself. So this is how life wants to challenge you. If we see life as and life challenges and changes as a snake, and whenever it still has like some venom to bite you, you still have some fear left, you're still running, it's still game on. Okay, you still have a lot to learn, but in the end eventually you will be like this, I'm not scared of you, snake, anymore. And the snake says, well, that's fine, I don't have any venom left anyway. And that's the World card. So that's the end of the cycle, when there's no fear anymore, when there's no like people being hysterical and working against, like fighting their demons. Then the work is done. But here it's still on. Okay, people have still fears and they try different ways. It's nothing wrong with trying different ways, but sometimes people think they have come to a solution, but the solution was just a way to cover up the real problem. So this is what I'm feeling here. It's like with the Catholic Church, for example, having a big problem with people being pedophiles, like people in an authority position using this to force young children to sexual actions, and they kind of justify this with, well, I'm a person of God, I can do whatever I want. And people around them is kind of not seeing the problem because, well, they are dressed like a sheep, then they must be a sheep, but really it's a snake underneath there. And they don't see it because we just give so much trust maybe sometimes to people that's dressed in sheep's clothing. So it might be this as well, that we really need to look at what kind of people we are trusting and what kind of people we are giving authority. If we are giving authority to crooks, we will see criminal acts. So it's a little bit like this, that we can't be too trusting either. So I'm thinking the Queen of Wands is in the right place there, because I think she's not particularly trusting. She trusts in herself and in the divine, but maybe not always. She sees through this bullshit because she has usually the experience for living so many lifetimes on earth. And here we have a beautiful Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is when we try to do the best we can with what we have. And sometimes we do things too much and in the wrong way, but we still have the best intentions. But the road to hell is kind of paved with good intentions. So with the Five of Wands and Six of Pentacles here, I get this self-righteous energy again. So 6. We have 15, the devil. 1 plus 5 is 6. So for some of you, it might be that you are kind of like you need these people for your survival, to get money, for example. So you make a deal with the devil, you work for the devil, and in the end of the month you get the paycheck. So you try to keep your head low and hope to maybe change that company or that structure from the inside. It doesn't have to be like somewhere where you get your pay. It can be like a culture belonging, like belonging to a church, for example, or belonging to some kind of group. It might be any kind of group where you are, you know, exercising or doing something together that keeps you together, a cooking class or whatever, and you kind of want to keep your head low here and keep friends with people. And I'm thinking this is what this kind of personality is using, your willingness to stay friends and keep harmony. So there's a snake somewhere among you that you are kind of letting it having authority because you need something from it. So it's like making a demon deal. Six of Wands and 5 of Wands here, 6 of Pentacles there. So for the sake of love, we let people that's bossy, loud-mouthed, like they are stubborn, they kind of know everything. We let them, we let them keep their way. We don't, go and argue with them all the time. We rise above. And I'm thinking it's this rising above, making them able to continue with their stupid thing. Okay, so that's a little bit something you can do about it. Instead of just enduring this person and letting them steal your energy, maybe you could call them a little bit on what they are doing, and maybe being brave enough to take the consequences of this with the Emperor. So we have the Emperor here and the Hierophant. So this is definitely, you're dealing with authority of some kind that is used to have this authority and not used to be questioned. Okay, so that might be why you feel you can't get anywhere with this person. Here we have a Page of Wands. So 10 of Pentacles, the Sun card, and Page of Wands. So it seems like one person in this equation has the mission to kind of speak the truth here. It's with divine authority, but it comes from a longing inside yourself, so it will not feel like an authority. It will feel like more, but I like this. And you need to follow that feeling because that is your soul speaking. So this person here has a bow. I don't see any arrows, but they're hiding in the bushes a little bit. So what's going on with that? Someone is not fulfilling their soul mission with speaking out loudly the things that needs to be said. This is a very spiritual energy. So it's like, I'm guessing, like a new spark of religion or a new prophet coming. And this prophet doesn't dare to speak their mind. Okay, so there will be no writing in the history books about you. Because you are hiding in the bushes. So it's this song, I had it before, maybe last summer a lot, and it's this sound of silence. I will write it down, sound of silence, because in that song they say the prophet lives in the tenement halls. Okay, so in the ordinary buildings, and this is probably true. Authority at this stage is big-mouthed people that has gotten to where they are, not because they're great ideas, but because they have people around them that's nice and playing nice, and they got to where they are because they had this loud mouth and acted like they knew everything, and piercing a gaze upon their opponent, and that person is now quiet because they don't want to have the argument, they don't want to have the fuss. So it's someone using this to to get people to collaborate, and then we kind of get the politicians and the authorities that we deserve. Because if we stand like this, hiding in the bushes, of course, the big mouthed can go on doing whatever they want. Okay, and it seems like your life mission might be to, you know, come with something new here, but you are so tired of this. 17, the star, your mission here with the Page of Wands, but 1 plus 7 is 8. You're sick and tired, and with the Queen of Wands, I'm almost feeling like you want to walk it alone. The Queen of Wands, however, together with the Devil, is kind of hardcore witchy. It's like a person, some kind of jealousy or some kind of this can come in. But I feel like this is separate, that this is one person here, and this is another situation going on here, and this is almost like how they clash. They are kind of equally strong, but one is you know, planning to mind their own business and leaving this one in charge. Okay, so, and the next card here in the future, we see we have 7 of Pentacles, waiting, the star, like soulmate situation, the lovers, with these lovers. So someone is waiting for, again, I'm feeling in the background of it all, someone is waiting for commitment, or for being, you know, acknowledged. But maybe you're trying to be acknowledged by someone that's a little bit too full of themselves, or might, you know, see their own worldview like the only right worldview. So if you're not very good with persuading, you will not get what you want. So I'm thinking you need to get better with persuading to be able to get people to see also your way, instead of leaving someone stubborn to with their own thing and not try to change their way of thinking. It seems like you should try to change their way of thinking. I don't know exactly why, but it's probably because they need some kind of change here. Okay, and here we have the 9 of Pentacles. So it comes with this lady wants to walk it all alone. So 8 of Cups, I'm so tired of this. I can take care of myself. I'm too good for this situation. I don't want to, you know, get my hands dirty or deal with this drama kind of thing. So I'm too grown up for doing this. I don't want the drama. So I'm walking it alone, making something prosperous for myself. So many of you Cancer will probably choose to do so. And if you're a cross watcher and you're a fire sign, this is probably you. Maybe you are dealing with a Cancer that's like this and don't want to change their ways. Okay, so sick and tired of that. The love is here, but someone isn't really fighting for it because maybe they feel that where they are aiming the love, the person that they love is not worthy of their love. So why am I dealing with this stupid thing? So it might be that the logic side of you wants to end the relationship, while your heart and your soul wants it to go into union, because the union means this culture and this culture clashing together and igniting each other. So maybe this stubborn person learned to listen to others, and maybe this person that's hiding in the bushes learned to take some more room. And this is probably what the divine want. But for you, it seems like, why bother? This is a stupid situation. I can't run, you know, into the brick wall all over, or stand and, you know, whip a dead horse into life. I can't, there's no talking to this person. So, and many of you might feel like this. It's no idea. But there's still this divine mission, so either you like it or not. Okay. And underneath the Hierophant and the Devil, we have the Queen of Chalices. That's actually Cancer. And here we have Capricorn, and here we have Taurus. So this is, of course, pointing to Cancer might be the person that has this, you know, you are impossible to deal with. There's no talking to you. You can't change your mind. You have decided upon something. It needs to be your way, my way, or the highway. But this might also be a way to deal with this kind of energy. This is not really the same, but the shadow in between is what's making you being able to communicate, because in the subconscious you are both souls from the same source, so there's no argument there really. It's just on the surface that there's an argument. I don't know exactly what you're supposed to do, but the key is in the subconscious, in the shadows. Maybe exposing them. We can see this person here, she has a butterfly. Butterfly is this also a symbol of change, exactly as the snake. So we have the snake and the butterfly here talking about change and transformation. And it might be different ways of doing this. She also have a peacock there. So the peacock is a person that's proud of themselves. And it kind of connects with this Six of Wands here. So if you have been dealing with a person that's prideful, you might be looking at your own idea of being very good might have made you prideful. Okay, I'm so good. I don't ever need to feel a bad consciousness because I never do a bad thing ever. So this is also an identification, and it's also a survival skill, and it's also hanging on to a life raft. Here it seems very passionate with these two queens here, Queen of Wands, Queen of Chalices, Seven of Coins. So this is someone that's very passionate, usually not particularly patient, and this card calls for patience. So it's a bad combination. I'm thinking this person will have no patience. And they will not wait anymore. It's like the patience that they have used it up, and now they are sick and tired of this situation. I don't know what it's going to lead to, but it seems like there's so many different wills. There's one will that wants to have everything as it was. There's the you probably that want a big change. And there's the divine that wants you to stay and be the ignition for this change, while you just want to kind of walk away and leave the stuff behind. So there's three different wills here, and I don't know what will be the end result. But we have another queen here, and these two feminine forces have come together a lot, and not just with the Queen of Cups, also with the Empress card and the Queen of Pentacles. So it's a very feminine force we see here. The most feminine of the feminine is two queens, and it's the feminine elements of water and earth. So it seems like go your own way, do your own thing. If you follow your heart and your body, which is feminine, either you're male or a female, and if your body says no and your heart says no, then there's a no, and it's a kind of passive strength in this. I'm thinking of the see if I can pronounce this Peloponnesian War, something like that. Okay, it's a Greek comedy. Okay, it's about a civil war in Greece between Spartans and Athenian people, I think, and the women of this in Greece, they were so tired of the men battling for power, over stupid things, that they just disconnected from the men and said, no more sex for you, okay? And they kind of turned away and turned into themselves, doing their own thing. And the males, they were, preoccupied with the war here. We see a lot of war going on here, and with the devil laughing in the corner. So they were so preoccupied with this. They had all this very, very important thing going on where they needed to fight for land and resources and who was the bigger mouth. And then when the girls did this, the feminine did this, it was like, oh God, what are we fighting for? We don't really know anymore. So this doesn't seem so important anymore when there's no one to meet me at home, okay, when there's no more love here. So who am I supposed to give my riches to? Who am I supposed to show my strength to, and how much victory I had, when she don't want to even talk with me here? She don't even want to engage with me. So it might be a good way to stop a war. If you don't like what a company is doing, stop buying from it, okay? If you don't like what your government is doing, stop obeying it, okay? Fix your own system, spread the word, okay? And you can feel like you're very alone with this, but I don't think you are, okay? I've seen this in many of the readings right now, so I don't think you're alone at all. But this is a little bit separation going on here between the masculine having their back towards the feminine like this. So if they are preoccupied with their thing, do your own thing. And this goes for men as well as for women. For you, if you are a man, how can you apply this? Well, for example, if you have a boss at work which you are trying to impress and maybe show yourself worthy, but they don't care about your worthiness, well, make your own company here, or do your own thing, or change company. Do something. You don't have to stay in a situation which is appalling or like not making you happy. Just move on. There will be happiness somewhere else. And you have all the resources here. These people are fighting for things that they have inside of themselves. They don't need the things they are fighting for. What they need is to come home to their own body, their own emotions, their own God spirit, and that's enough. You can look at beggars on the street that is enlightened. They are happy. They are more happy than the person ruling the greatest nation in the world, okay? More happy than them. So you don't seek happiness in war or conflict or problem solving. You find it inside yourself. So this is what these girls need to do here, okay? Body and emotion. Turn to them. Make your inner temple a beautiful space, and you won't need to engage in this stupid civil war here. Okay, so I will read center card for you, Regina di Bastoni. So that's the Queen of Wands. Well, Pentacles, Wands, and we need Queen of Wands. It's just one line. It's very short. It's just this smaller affirmations. So Queen of Wands, friend. Ability to listen, advise, and understand. So that's a little bit different from what I have interpreted, because I feel the Queen of Wands is very strong character. But take this as you will. Friend, okay? Very fiery friend. Witchy bitchy queen kind of friend. Well, it might be that this is your friend in some way. And maybe you're both intolerant, like there's something you have lack patience in. Maybe you can go to your friend to find solutions. You don't have to do this alone. There's a lot of queens here. So a lot of friends maybe. For some of you, if you are a masculine person, of course, this can be different women in your life. It can be different women in anybody's life. This can be a wife, and this can be you and maybe a friend. But for some of you, it might be that you have a lot of options here as well. So you need to make maybe a choice here. Okay, so I will take Oracle of the Angels. Someone spreading it around here, because the Six of Pentacles is someone giving out their money, to other people. And we have Heaven's Door and Light. Very beautiful. So I will read this card for you. 20 Light. Choose to seek out the light in your life. Focus on the light that burns bright within your heart, and you will illuminate the darkness that you feel surrounds you. There's no need to fear the unknown. Embrace all parts of yourself and the full experience of life. By facing your shadows, you will move into a newfound sense of balance and peace. I face my shadows, the devil there, with love in my heart and transform them to even greater light. I seek out the light in my life, and I'm grateful for my many blessings. So if you feel that you in some way are a little bit rigid, or you have something like a crutch, something you are leaning towards, explore that. Carry the light into that. So make your temple enlightened by knowing everything that's there, getting to know yourself from the bottom up. I have this feeling. Sometimes feelings is often just a surprise to us. Oh God, now I'm supposed to talk for all these people I promised, and now I don't even want to go. And we don't know squat about what that is all about. But in this scenario, you are going to find out. Okay, you need to get to know yourself better and understand why you are feeling or acting in certain kind of ways. And you don't have to change how you feel or you act. You just need to start to get better understanding of yourself to illuminate these shadows. Heaven's door. Okay, so changing side here. Heaven's door. If you've been anxiously waiting for a door to open, there's 7 of Pentacles there, with promise of a new opportunity, the time is drawing near. Trust in the divine timing. The door will open at the perfect time, and you'll see exactly why it was worth the wait. In the meantime, hold on to your faith. The reward is imminent. Life unfolds for me exactly as it is meant to. I trust in divine timing, and I'm grateful for all my blessings. So this is probably an advice to you that has lost patience, that maybe you don't have to keep, running into the wall or beating the dead horse, but you don't have to give up either. Just keep the door open and, move on with your own life and see what's happening. Maybe, the old company will come back with an offer, or the lover, or whatever it is. Okay, so this is notes from the universe on love and connection. So I'm going to take, 2, obviously, card for Cancer. Shock. You needn't worry. Okay, I'm sorry, it's starting to get a little bit dark already. It's just a few hours of light, and it's not even sunlight. It's just, white, foggy light, and then it's dark again. So it's really dark up here in north. We are getting closer to Christmas Eve. In Sweden, it's called Jul, and it means wheel. So we are at the end of the wheel where the sun will go away. In the really northern parts of Sweden, it's kind of the sun is gone for 3 days, and then it returns, much like Jesus on the cross disappeared and like died and came back. So that's why we are celebrating Yule. It's because we celebrate gratefulness for the year that has been, and it's kind of Happy New Year and calling in the light, the new light. There's no one in your life who hasn't always loved you. They're all just learning how to show it. Big sillies, the universe. Oh, sweet. Okay, so you don't have to worry about these people being so preoccupied with the war or whatever they are going through here. They do love you, and if you start to deal with your own shadows and deal with yourself instead of wanting someone else that seems preoccupied with something else to help you solve your problems, you solve them yourself, you move on with your life, then they might actually, that might be the solution to what they were doing. Maybe it's not so important anymore if you are not there. Okay, so maybe then you will get the change that you want. Create space for new love. Yeah, so exactly. It's if you do this, what the women in the Peloponnesian War did, you create space for a new kind of love. So, and this is what I said earlier here. When a thing hurts your eyes, stop looking at it. When it hurts your ears, stop listening to it. And when it hurts your heart, stop justifying it. I love you so much, the universe. So it kind of means that if your situation at work is crappy, leave the work. If your situation at home is crappy, maybe leave your home. Or you don't have to leave. Maybe you need to put better boundaries. That might be all. But for most of you, I will actually see that you are sick and tired and maybe need some space. Okay. So, my dear Cancers, I hope this will be helpful for you to get through the winter, or for you living in the southern hemisphere to celebrate summer. I want you to take really, really good care. And I also want to wish you happy holidays, happy new year, whatever culture, religion you are belonging to. It's all worth celebrating. Yes, our memories of the people that have went before us, and the knowledge that they collected. And I also want to welcome you back to my February reading that I will perform in the middle of January. Okay, bye bye.